For many of us, games are a way to escape reality. Thanks to them, we can take on the roles of different heroes and embark on dangerous adventures. But not all games are about saving the world. Some invite us to slow down and experience these small, everyday moments of life instead. Life simulation games on PC belong to the latter category. They usually lack an outline plot and provide relaxing gameplay instead of action-packed combat scenes. The genre's most iconic title is EA's The Sims franchise, which has long enabled players to express themselves by creating stories of virtual people. However, the monopolist is finally getting a proper competitor that gives Electronic Arts a run for their money. After InZoi's release, more players are getting curious about the life sim genre. Luckily, the market is full of great picks. It's safe to say that InZoi had the gaming community's attention long before its release. After all, it's not every day you see a serious competitor to EA's best-selling franchise. While Life by You was cancelled, thankfully InZoi didn't suffer the same fate. Since its early access launch in March 2025, it's already attracted thousands of fans of games like Sims 4. While it's still a bit light on content, it boasts some noteworthy qualities. The game's hyper-realistic visuals and extensive customization options are definitely turning heads. Moreover, the developers have been impressively transparent with the community and listened to fan feedback. Undeniably, this project's future looks promising, and all signs point to it shaping up to be one of the most exciting entries in the genre. Without a doubt, Stardew Valley is popular among life sim games connoisseurs. It's hardly surprising, though. This seemingly simple farming game provides hours of fun with its engaging gameplay loop. Besides, it's pretty affordable and runs well even on budget laptops. As for its features, it'll naturally allow you to take care of your farm. However, cultivating the crops is only one of many possible options. Some of them include raising animals or making your winery. Moreover, you can engage in different side activities such as mining or fishing. No matter what you choose, you're sure to enjoy it. If you got bored of Stardew Valley, you should give Coral Island a shot. Although it's a very traditional farming game in many regards, the setting makes it unique. The game transports you to a picturesque town surrounded by coral reefs, which are endangered due to the recent oil spill. Fortunately, you can plunge into the water and help make the island a better place for townsfolk and wildlife. Additionally, the visuals are impressive, particularly the hand-drawn portraits of the locals. The developers also ensured that the cast of characters was varied, so everyone could find someone relatable. You get a chance to start over on a different planet. What would you do with your life? Let your escapism fantasy go wild. And I was a teenage exocolonist, where your parents send you far away from war-torn Earth to set up a colony in a totally new environment. You start as a 10-year-old child, and as you grow up, you get absolute freedom in decision-making and character interactions. Each choice earns you social, mental, and physical skills and cards that will come in handy on your journey. To say that the game is filled to the brim with character-shaping decisions will be an understatement. You won't be able to master all abilities and befriend every inhabitant, so it has a decent replayability value. Apart from text-based interactions, the title has roguelike deck-building elements, which work surprisingly well with life simulator games. You'll need to use cards to reach a given amount of points to overcome challenges and progress the story further. If you're seeking games like InZoi that won't burn your PC due to their high requirements, check out My Time at Portia. Many deem it one of the best farming simulators on the market. It kind of resembles the aforementioned Stardew Valley, but with a quirky steampunk twist. Expect to spend your days tending to crops, mining for resources, and participating in the town's life. After all, in Portia, you're not just building a farm, you're building a community. And with such a vivid roster of characters, it'll be a pleasure. Continuing our lineup of the best life sim games on Steam, we have Potion Permit. Here you'll take on the role of a chemist who's not just any specialist, but the master in their trade. Moreover, an important task lies ahead of you, as you have to cure the mayor's daughter. In the meantime, however, you need to treat the residents of Moonbear. You have a lot on your plate, from diagnosing patients to finding ingredients for medicine. To make matters worse, the world is unsafe, with many monsters swarming in the forest. But if you succeed, you can brew remedies in your cauldron, saving yet another villager. Ever wonder what life was like for a craftsman or politician in medieval Europe? To experience life as a European medieval burgher, play the Guild 3. In the game, your main goal is to create a family dynasty that will be as successful as it is long-lasting. Generally, the gameplay focuses on developing your own business. However, you decide whether you'll be an honest craftsman or bribe officials and act to the detriment of your competitors. During the playthrough, you can join various guilds and associations, allowing you to develop your abilities. It is unquestionably a must-play for those looking to immerse themselves in one of the most authentic Middle Ages life sim games. Are you ready to swap your real-life friends for virtual ones? If so, this entry in the Story of Seasons franchise is just for you. Immerse yourself in the idyllic countryside as you raise livestock, grow crops, and cast your line for some fishing fun. You might even find love amidst the picturesque scenery. With a wide range of potential partners, there's no shortage of romantic possibilities. Without a doubt, it's the perfect choice when you need to take a break from reality. As Calico is a cozy game where players run their coffee shop filled with animals, including cats, dogs, and raccoons. Naturally, everything starts with character creation, then you're ready to experience the cutest world in all its glory. During the gameplay, you can befriend cuddly creatures, decorate the cafe, and prepare delicious pastries. One of the most noteworthy features is customization, as the game is brimming with collectible clothes, accessories, and furniture. All in all, its slow pace and low stakes make Calico an excellent title for winding down. When you look at Hokko Life, it's clear that it's one of those games like Animal Crossing, heavily inspired by Nintendo's hit. They certainly have a lot in common, from anthropomorphic animal townsfolk to the crafting system. However, writing it off as a cheap clone would be unfair. The game undeniably has its advantages. Some features are more developed than in Nintendo's production, for example. The furniture design tool gives much more creative freedom. Moreover, players can roam more freely around the world and are not bound to real time, so they can progress at their own pace. At first glance, Kynseed might seem a bit similar to Stardew Valley. However, it's even more ambitious with its engaging hands-on mini-games and a world where everyone is progressively getting older. The premise is to grow your family's legacy by focusing on one or more activities, including running a business, farming, and cooking. You can also battle terrifying creatures if you're feeling particularly daring. The combat combines real-time and turn-based systems, making fighting a very enjoyable experience. We must mention that some gameplay elements have yet to be implemented. Nevertheless, it's worth supporting the developers in creating one of the most complex and visually stunning life simulation games for PC. Fallway Mass, channel your inner HGTV superstar as you dive into the chaotic world of House Flipper. The game revolves around transforming dilapidated properties into breathtaking hideaways and reselling them for big bucks. It's your turn to get your hands dirty as you clean, renovate, and decorate. Along the way, you'll knock down a few walls and make some big decisions, like choosing the perfect shade of bubblegum pink, so strap on the tool belt and show these shabby houses who's boss. If you've had your fill of the first entry and its DLCs, play House Flipper 2. It delivers more of the same enjoyable experience, and the addition of a sandbox mode lets you flex your creative muscles by building your dream mansion from scratch. As you can probably guess, this game will let you become the almighty creator, exercising control over the entire world. It is entirely up to you whether you choose to be merciful and take care of people or bring plagues, chaos, and destruction upon them. Firstly, you create your own land that over time will be populated by animals and intelligent beings, such as humans, elves, and orcs. The latter have distinguishing characteristics and architectural style. Moreover, with progress, civilizations may engage in conflict and be dissatisfied with their present position. The best part is that you can actively support one of the parties instead of passively watching. Rounding out our list of the best life sim games on Steam is Immortal Life. Although it's not as mainstream as some of the others, it's still worth considering, especially since the developers constantly enhance it in updates. What sets it apart is its Chinese-inspired setting, a rarity in the genre. The game whisks you away to Misty Valley, where your mission is to restore the Gaiyun sect. As for gameplay, it follows the conventional farming simulator formula with plant cultivation and fishing, but adds its own touches, such as the cooking mini-game, and its soothing music makes all of your tasks less of a chore. Cozy Grove is certainly one of the most wholesome games on the mark. Simply put, it's an indie take on Animal Crossing that will be ideal for those who prefer to play for a short period each day rather than 8-hour session. New tasks come daily, encouraging you to check out your island regularly. Furthermore, it's synced to real-world time, allowing players to enjoy the changing seasons and special holidays. This adorable life sim game will undoubtedly satisfy your needs if you're looking for some relaxation after a tiring day at work. If you've always wanted to try your hand at being a YouTuber but never had the guts to do so, why not take the chance in the virtual world? In the YouTuber's Life series, you'll build your own channel from the ground up, starting by creating videos in your parents' house. As you progress, you begin to lead a more lavish lifestyle, attending exclusive parties and hanging out with the most significant content creators. The games offer various options regarding your character, house, and channel. As for the latter, you can choose between a few themes, including gaming, fashion, or music. Sadly, the list of notable upcoming life simulation games has shrunk considerably, with InZoi launching in early access and Life by You getting canceled. But let's not get too pessimistic, there's still plenty to look forward to with Paralives. One of the game's standout features is its advanced build mode, which ditches the usual grid system. This allows you to create your real-life home down to the smallest detail. Plus, every piece of furniture is fully customizable, giving you total freedom to stack, arrange, and design things your way. Its charming cartoon-like visuals are sure to appeal to players who prefer a more stylized look over realistic graphics. Owners of lower-end PCs also keep their fingers crossed that the specs would be less demanding than Krafton's early access title. And though no exact Paralives release date has been announced yet, the game is set to arrive in 2025. Here's hoping it comes sooner rather than later. Have you ever wondered what Disney's answer to Animal Crossing would look like? Then your wish has been granted. In Dreamlight Valley, you create your little paradise alongside iconic characters such as Mickey the Mouse, Goofy, and Wall-E. Besides decorating your home and neighborhood, you can fish, cook, garden, and more. In addition, the game's clock is synchronized with the real one, much like in Nintendo's production, hence don't be surprised to see heroes sleeping when you try to visit them at midnight. Overall, while it may not be for everyone, those with a penchant for games like Sims 4 will definitely enjoy it. It would be a crime not to include at least one entry from the Sims series in any list of the best life simulation games. And now that the Sims 1 and 2 are finally available for purchase again, we're shining a spotlight on the Sims 2 Legacy Collection. While its re-release stirred up some controversy, introducing new bugs while failing to fix older ones, hopefully those issues have since been patched. Either way, it's still well worth revisiting, especially for those who appreciate the charm of early 2000s titles. Sims 2 marked a huge leap forward from the original, transitioning to full 3D and introducing a surprisingly deep genetic system. Even by today's standards, the way it handles dominant and recessive traits is impressive. While it may not be as feature-rich as its successors, it bursts with personality, and its animations and attention to detail remain unmatched.